believe we peaked in the 90s. Come on, come on, come on, prove me wrong. Tuck your friendship bracelet back in your shell suit sleeve. Come on back in time with me. Fiddle again, and hello, it's Vo, and welcome back to Project Zomboid. Our man Ramos Ravioli is getting up pretty early, 5:10. Breakfast of champions today being some stale ham slices. Save himself some boredom. Gonna go up on the roof, get bamboozled by the placement of the water collectors. If we're powering this street light, may as well bask in its radiance. So we'll read our book until full light. Stop for a ciggy break. Yeah, we're making decent progress with our reading. We don't want it to come at the cost of our progress of gutting out all the houses, getting all the loot that we want. But at the same time, we've got no big rush now. We expect the food to be all rotten. We don't need to be rushing around to different places trying to get food. Just got to be canny and conserve the food that we do have. Try and use it up as it's going stale and before it goes rotten. Keep an eye on our fresh and frozen stuff. Keep track of it as it's turning as best we can. I'm sure making all these salads is good for him. I was gaining a lot of weight. He has been coming back down closer to the 80 we want him to be. Right in the middle of underweight and overweight. Doing all this building at the base certainly use up some calories. Get more cabinets popped in, more sinks popped into those cabinets. Get the rain collectors plumbed into the sinks. Get our endless supply of water. Yeah, there's still zombies lurking around at the edge of the gated community. We don't have that many more houses to go before we have to go further afield. Into the surroundings of Riverside. Still got plenty of medium to large houses out in the countryside. Farms and things. Just to go and raid. There's also a few bigger buildings. And the big country club, which is a pretty large area comprising of many buildings. I've never made it all the way through that, so that's going to be a challenge in itself. Yeah, we won't rush in any direction. Just keep working our way through methodically. Try not to get jumped. Keep looting our way through. Keep working on the base. Taking the furniture that we want. Try and get our matching counters so it doesn't look too crazy. function over for him, really. It would be nice if we had rooms with matching cabinets and cupboards. There's still plenty of non-perishable stuff that we can take. We're never going to get through all the perishable stuff, so really need it. But yeah, we are a loot goblin. We're going to take it anyway. He's not the Riverside Peruser. He is the Riverside Raider. He's going to take anything of perceived value. Just pretty much everything except the junk items. Even some junk items. And furnishings to the next level. To the point of removing the windows. Yeah, nothing is out of bounds if he fancies it. Not a great position to fight a zombie from. Not much room to back up there. You've got to be lightning fast. Worth it for some extra special secure clothing. Scarf is good. If it helps you get in a scratch or laceration to the neck instead of a bite to the neck. Even a laceration to the neck can be fatal if you don't get it dressed pretty quick. Yeah, a scarf can save your life. Wear it at all times unless you're absolutely boiling. You have to take it off or it gets wet and it's making you wet. Yeah. Padded pants as well. Padded clothes is great for bite and scratch defense. You will get overheated pretty quick. Even the fireman's outfits will give you, halfway there, or almost comparable bite and scratch defense as the padded items, but again, you overheat a lot, makes you uncomfortable. Wearing it all in the summer. As time goes on and the temperature comes down, that's the golden months to be wearing all this extra gear, getting that extra protection. But by then you should be a decent enough fighter not to really need it. Yeah, if they started you later on in October, perhaps Halloween or something, be easier to use more layers in the beginning when it's cooler. And by the time you survived around to the next summer, you're a veteran. You're just kicking about in a shorts and t-shirt, mowing down zombies by the thousand. As it is, it expects you to be really vulnerable right at the start. Generally feel vulnerable all the way through. Yeah, you've got more to contend with right at the start than you would have later on. Putting on layers because it's cold is a blessing in disguise. It's going to keep your character alive in multiple ways. Not as much guns and ammunition in the houses in the gated community as I was hoping for. No, we haven't got that into it yet. Sure we'll find some patches of zombies big enough to warrant taking them on with firearms. Slow and steady wins the race. Stealthy and silent. It's better for us, tactically, to take on the zombies. It's more when things go wrong or we're suddenly faced with a great big wall of zombies that we need to deal with or get around. That'd be a good time. So we can place down a light in here and craft ourselves a battery connector. Do something with our electronic skills. More cabinets, sinks, rain collectors. Divide up our extension into different rooms. So we can separate out our loot a little bit more. In different categories, one for each room. Cabinet for each thing. We want to keep working on our metal outer layers. Protect our garden. But put open windows in. Let the air flow through. And the sunshine. Make sure our super strong walls aren't going to inhibit our plant growth. We're hopefully not going to see a zombie trying to attack the base. Should be just for the look. Hopefully we're not going to need it. But you never know. Better to be well defended in the apocalypse. And assume that your zombie slaying is going to be so good that you get them all. None of them ever migrate towards your base. It's wishful thinking. So we're going to plumb in all our sinks. Wait for next rain. Get our collectors filled back up again. Get our generator going. So we can turn on our gas pumps. Remember to turn it off again on our way out. Once we've filled up all our empty gas cans. I do think it would run out of gas before it would run out of condition. Certainly would at the base, where we've got lots of things. We're taking up the power. I guess if you were powering just one thing, maybe the case that it ran out of condition before it ran out of gas. It had to be just one small thing. Pretty sure the petrol pumps would be doing more than that. Who knows? I'm sure there is a scenario in which they can explode. I thankfully haven't encountered it. I think it's more because I'm always hogging the power. I'm trying to attach a bunch of fridges and freezers to it. So make another run over to the warehouse. Get some more building materials. Keeping an eye. Make sure there's no zombies sneaking up on us. Sure there will be some more around here. And they can get in and out. If they do migrate over. Yeah, even when you think you've cleared an area, unless you've cleared the adjacent areas in every direction, you haven't really cleared it for sure. Because the zombies will wander in and sort of spread themselves out a little bit more. Where we are riverside, can't really replenish their forces from every direction. I'm sure they will replenish them a little bit. The more we clear out, the more they'll want to pull in from the other areas that we're not going to clear. Hopefully the center, where we've got our base, as long as we keep going in every direction when we're venturing off and trying to clear the zombies and get our loot. Hopefully we're going to make sure that there aren't any hordes make their way in, catch us by surprise. There are some car parts in these toolboxes. Good for the garage. Tool cabinets on wheels. I knew there were some hiding in here. Once you start making a noise and battling one, their friend hears and wants to join the party. If you stop your truck for any length of time, yeah, they like that as well. Idling engine noise seems to draw them in more. Still working on our roof, making it 100% solid. Make sure we're not going to have any accidents when we're up here on this level. Yeah, these roofs are quite deceiving. Give that 3D look. Sometimes you think you can walk on them, or you think you understand which level is which, and yeah, it's a bit of an illusion, and you're wrong. Yeah, we'll try and stay safe. Gonna get a triple day episode. Waking up at 4 is not going to help, but we'll get through it. It's so dark this early. Yeah, you gotta struggle to find the door, gotta struggle to get up, struggle to do anything. Certainly we struggle to see what's going on. But yeah, there's not much you can do apart from read a book, watch a VHS. Thankfully, we've got a super handy light that we can use if we get a bit scared. Don't need the light to read. I'm build 41. Yeah, being outside will stop them getting bored. If you needed the light, sure, we've got a street light that we're powering off a generator. We can't really do much about. So he makes more progress with his skill books. Makes another salad. Processes his way through some of the stale ingredients. Stop him from putting any more weight on. It's rotting as we're using it, which is not much use. Yeah, we're cutting it pretty close for the condition of this food. Yeah, once you get a high enough cooking level, you can use a little bit of rotten food. I think that's what you should be doing intentionally, not just leaving it to fate, especially if you have weak stomach. Don't really want to be eating any dodgy food. Look at that fog. It's pretty bad. Yeah, don't really want to be going out adventuring in that. like the heavy rain. Yeah, it's potentially hazardous to your health to be going out adventuring when the weather is really bad. Read all the way through until midday. It still hasn't cleared. Yeah, progress is progress in any which direction. Even if it's just reading up your skill books, being ready for when you're going out and getting the actual XP. Especially when our limit is area and time. We're doing the 100 days, which is going to be enough time if we can make it through to cover the area that I want to cover. So really we're trying to get our skills as high as possible, get as much interesting and unique loot as possible, and craft as many different things as possible in the time that we've got, and using materials from the area that we're limited to. Yeah, we've got to make the most of what we've got. Such is the way in life and in Zomboid. Our salad a little bit more exciting by adding some honey. Why not? Seeing if there's any more things that we can add on by just constantly right clicking on it. It's going to make us a little bit unhappy. Yeah, there's only so much we can do with condiments to fix that. Thankfully by 2 o'clock the fog has dissipated a bit. Once we fetch another source of fire, get back on the smoke break and continue our adventuring. Yeah, we're getting mixed success. We are getting things found in our traps. It's pretty inconsistent. Yeah, I have tried to use stale ingredients before, but they never seem to go for it. So there are times where you'll be eating stale ingredients in a salad, unhappy. But you're baiting the traps with the better food. Sometimes you got to sacrifice the good rabbit food to get the rabbit. Chop down some more trees just to get some more wood and clear a bit more of a space, a clearing, that we can pop down more traps. Again, if I don't have a lot of planks left over, using the spare ones on the roof. Slowly but surely, filling in all those gaps, using the walk to command to identify where there are holes where we could fall through. Not completely covering the edges with these safety fences. So I want to see if we want to expand out. Could be in any direction, so we just want the corners covered, where we can easily rappel with our escape ropes and run off in any direction. Thankfully the zombies can't climb the ropes or open the doors. They have to be pretty blunt in smashing their way through. So we can use our guile and finesse and athleticism to outwalk them. Or just climb up a rope and escape them. Or run across the roof of the base and rappel down the other side. So he's on to the next book. Just a little bit before going back out for another evening adventure. Yeah, it's good to mix up the days. Pace yourself rather than having one day where you're fighting to exhaustion and then another day where you're just sitting in reading all day. Obviously, if you can do a little bit of everything, nicely spread out, it's better for your character. But it's not always like that. A lot of the time where you have the days where you're fighting to exhaustion, it wasn't your plan. Yeah, it's just a little adventure. It'll take a couple of hours. 5 hours later, you're in the dark, running away from hundreds of zombies through some woods, not knowing where you're going. Yeah, the placement of the buildings, the core map is the same every time you play, but the loot is different. The zombie placement is different. The loot on the zombies is randomized. The weather is fairly random, seasonal. So yeah, some things are you can rely on. And you reload in the same location for your playthroughs. Yeah, enough of it changes. It's always a slightly different experience. You've got to know when to retreat. When you've got time and energy to fight off 20 to 30 zombies, but you see 50 to 60. Got to make decisions about living to fight another day. Yeah, we're not that pressed for time on our adventure. Every day needs to be a battle. Let's see, we want to mix things up and do a little bit of everything. As you would in the apocalypse. You'd be trying a bunch of things. Going through the different stages of grief. Some days you'd be hoping for rescue. Some days you'd be thinking, oh, may as well just let the zombies eat me. I'm sure some days you'd feel like a badass when you'd killed a whole bunch of Zeds. I'm sure those days would be rare. Certainly for the rest of us, not for Ramos Ravioli, the hero that he is. So we'll do a bit of generator maintenance, fix it up and get it fueled up. Yeah, it hasn't got perilously low yet. I'm sort of worried about it. I'm checking on it, probably more so than I need to. Yeah, we'll try to avoid any interruptions in service. Don't want the food going rotten. It's going rotten anyway. Don't want to do anything to expedite that.
Working our way through the VHS that we haven't seen. I like to let them play so you can follow along if you can follow along. It's not that easy to see, especially some of the colours that you use. Would be good if they got voice actors to overdub it. Just read out the lines. The TV is always just hushed mumblings. Yeah, it's not that easy to follow along all the time. But when you do, they are good. Tidy up the garden. It needs it. Got tufts of grass growing out everywhere. Never really seen enough cleaned up. When you get little rogue bushes, you can sort them out with a machete. Seed bearing cabbages, so we'll get them harvested. We're trying to redress our lines. Get the crops unsquared away from the window. The other lines, one square away from them. Yeah, we'll get there eventually. We're adding fuel to this antique oven that we've got for when it gets cold. Somewhere to put all of the little twigs that we get. Scrap bits of paper and things. Should it get cold enough for us to need it, it'll be fine and cozy. Take your car back over to the second gas station, over next to where we started, at the trailer park. There's still zombies around here. Carrier bag that we dropped from jumping over the fence. Yeah, that was a while ago. Yeah, the way they migrate around. Could be zombies just hanging around back in the trailer park again, even though we pretty thoroughly cleared it out. You can never be too sure. Especially with an area that's this far away from the base. We haven't been coming over here all the time and clearing out zombies when we see them. So they've been left to run amok over in this area. So yeah, we'll be careful. But yeah, should we run out of gas in the gas station that we're using round the corner from the base, we can always come here for more gas. Really want this arcade machine for in the bar. We're pushing our luck with a pool table and machines and stuff. Yeah, we'll try and not clutter it up. Make it seem fun and quirky and lived in. Decent enough pile of zombies here. We're gonna use the shotgun. Hopefully we've got enough shells. We can take them all out. And not draw in more than we've got the shells for. level of reloading. It's a sort of sister skill for aiming. If you're doing a lot of shooting, you're going to be doing a lot of reloading. They don't seem to level up at the same rate as the way sneaking and light-footed seem to go up together. There we go, got a level up of aiming. We'll miss fewer shots. Critical shots. You want to level up with the shotgun, because you can take out multiple. That's why we're waiting for them to get close. So we can get multiple zombies highlighted green before taking the shots. That's how many could potentially take damage. Or that we level up the aiming, the more likely it is that when they're lit up, they're going to take more damage. And every time we kill a zombie with the gun, we're getting experience for aiming. Aiming goes up a lot faster than reloading. You can't just sit at home on a rainy day and sit and load and unload the gun to get experience for reloading. It speeds up your reload time. Higher reload level. Yeah, shotgun all the way. So you've got a few levels of aiming and reloading. Use the other guns. Not as exciting and loud, dramatic, and zombie attracting. So yeah, shotgun throws you in at the deep end and teaches you the lesson that no, you did not bring enough ammo. But it's a pretty good way to lure all the zombies out of an area. Like after you've fired off a shotgun a bunch of times, you can be pretty sure that you've got them all. Unless they're stuck behind a door or they're stuck in a building in some way. You're gonna attract all the nearby zombies. So at least you know, once you've had this battle, that should be all of them, you know? Yeah, that was trying to take on 20 zombies, but firing off the gun turns it into 100 zombies. It's just the way it goes, especially with the shotgun, as I say. It's very loud, and they all hear you. Sometimes just using a small melee weapon is loud enough when you're killing a zombie to attract the other zombies. So firing off the boomstick certainly draws them in. So yeah, take lots of ammo if you do plan on firing off a gun. If you find a gun with one box of ammo or like 20 bullets or shells or whatever, you know, that's not going to be enough. Especially if you don't have any experience in aiming. You're probably going to miss half of those shots. And if you're moving backwards trying to get away from zombies as you're wildly firing, you're probably going to miss, you know, 80% of those shots. I generally don't advise it. Along with fire, throwing Molotov cocktails at zombies. Yeah, both situations can get out of hand real quick. Yeah, once you've got a good method of staying safe, dispatching zombies, doing what you want to do, stick to it. It's going off plan that gets you killed. deciding to take a shortcut for no good reason. Yeah, that's not good for you. Going into areas that you don't know. Yeah, stick to your guns, stick to your plan. Be methodical. Get them before they get you. If you're driving around, don't drive past a bunch of zombies, then get out and then move backwards to get them. The noise of your car is already dragged more than you think that you're going back for. As soon as you see them, you stop your car, approach them head on. Always check your six. Where you've got a fence line, you know you're safe there. You can focus more. Keep doing the 360s. Don't back yourself up against a wall, but use walls and fences as definitive barriers that you know the zombies are not going to get through. Try and get the attention of one or two of a group. Break up the bigger groups into smaller groups. Make them easier to deal with. When you start getting tired or hungry, it's beyond the first level of Moodle. It starts getting darker. Should really address the Moodles. Fighting when you're in poor condition it's not a good plan. It takes you too long. You're more easily overwhelmed. Pushing your luck is fatal. So we're going through all of these storage units. Building and then a couple of rows of units. It's pretty random what you find in here. Usually find a healthy amount of generators in my experience. Yeah, it can be close quarters if there's multiple zombies in a unit. I don't seem to find a key that lets you into all the units. So a lot of the time you're breaking down the unit doors with an axe or with a crowbar. Again, don't get tired out and then overwhelmed. There's a bunch of them hiding in there being real quiet. Yeah, pretty much guaranteed to find 5 to 10 generators in there over the course of all the units. We pop out some of our stolen furniture. Got the dartboard from the bar, transferred over to our bar. Of course, our game machine. Popping out containers that we're just gonna fill up with rainwater to use on our beautiful garden. Crops don't care if it's tainted water. It's like rain collectors but for our garden. So we got a couple of levels at aiming and a level at reloading. Again, our rate's in a good place. Things are generally going well. Take a break from reading our book to have a smoke. Rain's coming down. Hopefully that'll get our newer rain collectors filled up. Brain also shuffles around the zombies. Doesn't cover the noise of the slaughter as much as it does intrigue them and get them to wander around. Yeah, more opportunities to break them up. So this is back at the storage units. This is like the office area. There are still plenty of zombies around. We've got to bust open a lot of the doors to look for treasure. A lot of the time it's not worth it because there's not much treasure, if any. Useful stuff inside. And it makes quite a lot of noise to bash down the doors. It's like a garage door. These metal unit doors take a lot of bashing, it takes a bit of time, you make a lot of noise. So once you're in, yeah, you want to do a 360, make sure the noise that you're making hasn't attracted a slow shambling fiend to your location. I was safe in here, but it's not a usable container, which is sad. I'm sure it'd be heavy trying to pick it up, but yeah, it's just for the look. Otherwise I would definitely take one with me. Yeah, we generally want all the unique furniture for the base that we can find. Things to stop it looking samey. Just like a box in a box in a box. Yeah, we're gonna let those two wander around in the rain. Rather than risking the car that way, far from home. Yeah, only get out and have a fight if it's safe to do so. Sometimes you're carrying a whole load of loot and you're overburdened and the car's all full up already. You can always come back and get them another time. Again, they're far enough away from the base that I don't think we'll be seeing them pop up anytime soon. Making decent progress to our cooking book. Help us with the XP that we're naturally going to get from all our cooking, our salad creation. We're a little bit bored, so we can check where we are in terms of VHS watched. Get the next episode on. Yeah, the storage units are one of the more interesting places to go get. Does seem to be pretty random what you get in there. The loot tables are pretty big. Different things that you can find in there, other than generators. So yeah, we do still have some fun locations to go. Interesting places I've never fully investigated. Plenty of zombies ready to pop out and challenge us. As long as we keep finding fun and useful things like scarves. Cool weapons to keep us going. Keep us incentivized to keep fighting on. Forget him to read his book in the safety of his bedroom until bedtime. We'll come back next time and pick up where we left off from. Until then, do take it easy. And I'll see you all in the next one.